All right, I'll read a news article. This is from the BBC World, and links will be put down below in the description. This is with regards to Kerala, India, the transgender couple whose pregnancy photos went viral. Okay, so I'll give you my thoughts with regards to this news article, and I'll give you what do I feel about it. But my only request to you is please don't use bits of my video to spread hate, because that's not the purpose and that doesn't help anyone. Okay, and keep in mind, the transgender couple that we are talking about here, they are only in their 20s. They're young children. Okay, so keep that in mind as well. And I'm pretty sure they're facing enough and more of a tough time. Let's not add fuel to the fire. The purpose of this video is for us to discuss. You can give me your views, I'll give you my views, and agree to disagree. All right? So here it says, the transgender couple whose pregnancy photos went viral. The pregnancy photo shoot by an Indian transgender couple. I'll read only few bits, not the whole article. Okay? The pregnancy photo shoot by the Indian transgender couple who paused their hormone therapy to have a baby has been widely shared on social media. Okay, so my first understanding of this paragraph is they were not happy with their own bodies. They decided to go through hormone therapy, where obviously you take puberty blockers and all that, or you take medicine or injections or whatever, or pills to, one will take to lower his testosterone, the male, and the female will take to increase their testosterone. Okay, both of which is not cheap. It's not provided free by the government, and you have to pay money for it. Okay, so Ziya Paval, 21, and her partner Zahad, 23. So obviously the he has been made to she and she has been made to he. They use these pronouns for that purpose. Who live in the southern state of Kerala, were in the process of gender transition when they decided to have a baby. Now this paragraph, what it says here is, they obviously, the first thing is, it's shocking that they are so young. I'm not shocked. I'm not saying shocking because they wanted to go through gender surgery. I'm shocked that at the age of 21, or rather 20, they have decided to have a baby. See, I'll give my thoughts here. Having a baby is not a joke. See, I decided to have a baby at the age of 40. Now, okay, obviously, my decisions, my life choices, and other people's life choices need not match. But having a kid is such a big responsibility, and the biggest one right from the get-go is the money. First is money. The second one is someone has to stay at home to take care of the baby if you want a proper upbringing. Okay. Now obviously it comes to, okay, Lloyd, there are many people who can't afford both father and mother work. Fine. Even here, even in India, even in Dubai, all these places or any part of the world, both the mother is working one job, father is working one job, maybe they're working 3 jobs. They put their children in a nursery or healthcare or daycare or whatever. But do you seriously think the baby is safe? I'm asking a simple question. How do you know the person is actually taking charge or taking care of your baby? Or maybe there are many babies. It's simple. How do you know? Okay, if a parent is having the child, I know for a fact the parent will give their life and take care of the child. Even our baby, my baby daughter, she studies in this nursery now. She goes to the nursery. There are days where One day my baby came with a mark on her face. Someone had scratched her. One day she came with a bruise. Seems she had fallen down. One day she came with the, and this is not a joke, huh? She came with the rash, in her private parts. So I was very concerned. I was like, what's happening here? And then when we got it checked, we asked the doctor. I explicitly asked the doctor, is it something I need to be really concerned about? And the doctor knew what I was saying. No. There's nothing like that. It's just when she went to the toilet, maybe they didn't use the proper either water or whatever. It's just infection. Fine. Okay, so I went, met the teacher, paid the teacher extra so the teacher wouldn't feel bad, gave a gift and said, just make sure my baby is taken care of. Now, as a parent, I'm worried about all this. Even my wife is worried, but my wife is a stay-at-home wife. And I can assure you this much, the amount of care, attention, demands is unbelievable. And thankfully our baby is raised to become, compared to most other kids, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying my kid is special and other kids are not. She is much better. For example, do you know that, this I'm just sharing as a parent. My baby, when we go to 7-Eleven convenience stores, if she wants a chocolate, obviously, she'll always ask for a chocolate or a toy. If I say no, she doesn't ask me. There are many times I refuse. I want to see what my baby will say. There are many times at night, my wife doesn't want her to have something to eat, sleep, because otherwise she'll waste time eating and watching. Say no. She never cries. Even when she has fever, she had 104 fever. And she didn't cry at all. She just told the mummy, my wifey, her mum, mummy, I'm feeling sick. Please don't put the, cold cloth. I don't like that very much. And my wife kept waking her every 2 hours in the night, 3 hours. She wouldn't cry like normal children. So I know I'm cherry picking the best parts of my child, but what I'm trying to tell you as a parent, imagine that this couple will have to go through all this. Okay, and I'll tell you the biggest concern, by the way, I'll come to the biggest concern. Another thing is they decided to stop their treatment because they wanted to have a baby, because they know after they start their treatment, obviously they'll not be able to have a baby. Okay. Now, Mr. Zahad, who uses only one name, was female at birth. Okay, so that's why they are explicitly using Mr. Zahad. Zahad was a female at birth, but now identifies as a male. He is currently pregnant. I don't understand this. It's so confusing when they play around with words and pronouns and grammar. He is pregnant. A male, can never be pregnant. A female, the right way to word this article is, this female who identifies as a male got pregnant. Tell me if I'm wrong. I'm not hating on the transgender community. But we need to stop fooling ourselves, and for the sake of accommodating and making others feel nice and all that. Oh, I'm not a she, I'm a he. You have to call me a male. No, you're a female. It's just that you identify as a male. You're a female. You have female reproductive organs. You have a breast, which maybe you got removed. You have a vagina. You have ovaries. So that makes you a female. For a male, if you have a penis, you have a scrotal sac. You have testosterone being produced in your body. You're a male. I mean, from when did we... I find this so illogical when people say a female can have a penis and a male can give birth to babies. And nowadays, where it becomes disturbing is, in some countries now, if you call a male or a female, and they don't approve of it, you can even be jailed. In fact, a doctor can lose his license. Can you believe this? They want people of science, they want doctors to dance to the whims and fancies, to the wishes of a patient. So the patient identifies as, if it's a female and says, I identify as a male, you should call me he, that is my pronoun, or they is my pronoun, and you say anything else, legal action can be taken against you. Does it make sense? And then I think where it becomes even more disturbing is when you tell a child, a small little baby, no, you're not a boy or you're not a girl, you can be anything you want. Just imagine children, how confused they are as it is. They have a curious mind. And they come home, Daddy, I'm not a girl, I'm not a boy, what am I? What are we doing, man? Just imagine if my daughter were to come home, and we have always told our daughter she's a girl and this is a boy. If my daughter were to come home and say, teacher said I'm not a girl, I can be a boy. Do you know how confused and how disturbed we would be as parents? Just to accommodate a tiny minority of people who have these issues. Like I said, I'm not hating on them. Why do you want the 95% or whatever the percentage is to suddenly change, just throw logic and science out and go with feelings? I mean, in UK, I think UK, right? BBC had this article. There are 100 different genders. And one of the genders is a two-spirited person. Or you can be genderless. Even there are some where you can be an alien. Or there is one gender fluid. You can be a male now. After 1 hour, you can say, I'm a female now. Then after 1 hour, you can be male again. This is not me making fun. I'm saying it serious. You can just Google search and find out. Okay, so now what is this document? So now it says here is Miss Paval and Mr Zahad said the experience may be rare because no one has called themselves biological parent in the transgender community. Okay, this statement kind of makes them feel special. We are the only ones. Okay, fine. When Paval and Zahad met 3 years ago, they both were estranged from their families. Yeah, because India is a very conservative society that does not accept all these creative, guy dressing up as a girl and posing and this and that. A girl trying to be a man, and it's still not there. They still hold on to a lot of core beliefs which are ingrained in religion or, culture. Okay. So here it says, I'm from a conservative Muslim family which never allowed me to learn classical dance. Paval says, the guy. So this is the guy. He says he was from a Muslim family and they never wanted him to learn classical dance, which is more for females. My parents are orthodox to the point they used to cut my hair so I could not dance. Paval, the guy, said, here it says she, okay, Paval left home and went to a youth festival and never came back. So the guy left home because he identified as a female, wanted to grow his hair, wanted to do classical dance. In fact, if you actually see Reuters video, there's a new one, I'll put the link below. They actually gave birth. And this guy, Paval, who they're talking of here, he is, for example, he's so tall and the female who identifies as a male is so short. So the girl you'll see with long hair, the guy with long hair who dresses up like a girl is tall, and the guy, or rather the girl who identifies as a male, I know it's confusing, the girl who identifies as a male has mustache and a little bit of facial hair, whatever. Okay. Zahad, okay, and this Paval, this guy who identifies as a female, now teaches dance in a community center in Kozhikode district in Kerala. Zahad, who is trained as an accountant, comes from a Christian family, fishing community in Tivantarapuram. Okay. He works or she works in a supermarket. So this female who identifies as male works in a supermarket. He left his family after coming out as transgender, but after he became pregnant, the family has accepted the couple and they are helping me. So it's good. You should not take your personal vendetta against a child that is coming into the world. That's something that I strongly believe. Zahad's ovaries and uterus, see how they have written this sentence. Mr. Zahad's ovaries and uterus have not been removed. So the couple stopped hormone therapy on the doctor's advice. Once again, sentence construction. You're calling this, like, you know how they say, this man's ovaries and uterus. A man doesn't have ovaries and uterus, man. Come on. Okay, it's just feeling. See, here's the thing, before you jump into why you're being such a hater. And for years and years, we studied science, biology, scientists and physicists and biologists and doctors. We identify even your bones as male or female. We identify a child as boy or girl through, your private parts or your reproductive organs. What are we doing just to keep the 5% or 10% of the world happy? It's kind of crazy, man. Okay. Now, once the pregnancy is over, they can resume the sex hormone therapy, said the doctor. Dr. Mahesh DM, who's an endocrinologist in Bangalore, who worked with several transgender people. Okay, now before I go to the next one. See, once the pregnancy is over, now, factor this. This is what they have not considered. You'll have to pay for the guy's hormone therapy. You'll have to pay for the female's hormone therapy. Then you'll have to pay for the child's upbringing. How are you going to manage all that? How are you going to pay all your bills? Because at the end of the day, bringing a child into this world is the easy part. The work, the stress, the effort. Who's going to factor in all this? And remember what I told you, they are 20 years old. They're young kids, 20-year-old. How are they going to manage these responsibilities, man? I myself, in my 40s, I'm 46. I'll tell you the expenses for the child. It never ends, man. So, anyway, then what? See, here they say, after the baby is born, the couple say they'll have to find more work to make ends meet. Yeah, then who will take care of the baby? You're neglecting the baby, right? And just imagine as the child grows up, how the baby will face being bullied, how the child will face being bullied by society, being made fun of. What are you going to do then, man? Zahid will have to go back to work in 2 months after the baby is born. I'll have to take care of the baby. And here the update is, the couple gave birth to the baby on the 8th of Feb. They told BBC that the baby and the mother and father both are fine, but they didn't reveal the gender of the baby. See, overall what I want to tell you is, see, here's the problem. And it's a very delicate line here. On one hand, they want to inspire other people or give hope to the transgender community that, see, listen, you can live a normal life, you can have a child, you can have a family. Okay, that is encouraging. If you ask me, should a couple, man and woman, have a child? I believe everyone has a right. But now the question is, do you have the capacity? Do you have the capability? Do you have the means? I am totally against having a child as if it is like having a pet. With most couples, I'm not just talking this transgender couple. For some people, it is their dream, it is their wish, it is their yearning, they want from their heart. All that is nice. It makes you feel good. Okay, we love each other, so we have a token of a symbol of our love. But then you can't manage to take care of the child. You're working 3 jobs, you're never at home. So yeah, it gave you joy, but you're basically destroying the child's life, right? Who the child has. I know so many couples who are based in the Middle East, normal couples. Father is working in Indian couple, for example, or Filipino or whatever, or Bangladeshi, any nationality. Father is working in Saudi, mother is working in Qatar, child is based in the home country, staying with the grandmother. And this couple, or generally, they are able to meet the baby, physically, once every 3 years. Because that's a contract of their visa. And after they meet the baby, it's for 1 month, 2 months. And then they go back. Tell me, what kind of life is this? What kind of life it is for the husband, the wife, and the kid? Does it make sense? You have someone you love, or you're married to. You meet them once every 3 years to spend 1 month of love, passion, sex, whatever. And then again, 2 years, 3 years, high and dry. In most cases, the guys can't control it. They have their fun. And in many cases, the guy has his side fling, the girl has a side fling, but they don't reveal it. I mean, you're a normal human being, right? You have your urges. And then, to complicate things even more, this couple, I mean, they are just in their 20s. That is my major concern. In their 20s. And if you see the Reuters video, which link I've put down below, they're staying in a small, like houses like these, exactly like these. They're staying, which is just one room where you sleep, and then there is a kitchen. Next thing you know, there's a kitchen and toilet. So they are really struggling hard to make ends meet. So I think the bottom line, the question comes, should this transgender couple have children? It's a very sensitive question. I personally feel if an individual has mental and emotional issues, and this is not me hating on the transgender community, you do have emotional issues, you do have, or instead of issues, challenges, emotional challenges, physical challenges, mental challenges, and on top of that, then you have financial. And with all this, you want to take one more responsibility? Can you just think, if this child is made fun of in school, bullied, ragged, what response the child will give? And on top of that, these two have to undergo their own hormone therapy. Which do you think they're going to prioritize? The guy's therapy, the female's therapy, or the child's upbringing? If they focus on the child, then whatever therapy they had progress on, the body reverses back to what it used to be. And do you know the amount of complications you'll have with that? And especially if they've undergone physical, castration and physical operations, it will completely mess up their system, especially a female, because female body is more sensitive. The problem is people take these life-changing decisions when they're young. Tell me, when we were in our 20s, what did we know about life? And now these kids have not only changed their gender, they have also decided to bring a child into the world. And here's the biggest one of them all. What if their marriage doesn't work out? You think divorce is not a possibility? The price to pay will be paid first, the biggest one, by this child. That is a given, because of all the stress, pressure and hatred faced by society. Second highest will be by the female, who has transitioned to male, because female body and organs are very delicate. And the guy can transition. Guys normally, given their hormones, they have kind of tough. I'm not saying guys don't go through any problems, but anyway, this is what I wanted to share with you guys. You let me know. What do you feel? Do you agree, disagree with me? Let me know your thoughts. And please don't hate on the community, and let's keep the discussion between us guys. Okay? Feel free, agree to disagree. It's me signing off. You guys take care. Chal, bye.